Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skill?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Box from outside. I'd send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to catch up with head coach Darko Rajakovic. David.
Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. We know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
A three ball. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Heat out offense. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. And again, it's the Heat missing. Here's George. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And George drops them both. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Off target from outside. George with the bucket. George has got 6.
And with his strength, George is not your average swing player. He can get his in the paint.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw missing.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Not a fast start here for the Heat. Trailing by 4. Pass to Topic. Here's Post. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And forceful there from Bay, attacking the iron.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Pass to George. It's hauled in by Trent.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Ball. Batum for 3. Unable to get that one. And here's George for 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Pass to Batum. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here in the first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And that one's good, George.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Here's Post. Trent outside. In the corner, Bay with it. And again, it's the Heat missing. The three from George. That's another one for him. His fifth in just 7 shots.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
Now, here's George. 16 points for him. Here in the opening quarter. It's Curry outside. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Down low. Back to George. Inside. And Ayton throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Nicholas Batum.
Batum, good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's George. That's short off the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Ooh, that is a tough shot.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. And Miami making a change here. Ball, no good. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. Outside Curry. Outside for Batum. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Batum's got 6. Now George. He's got 16. And it's Ball in the corner. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate. And
13.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin?
Wow. I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. The numbers in their favor. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. On the wing, DiVincenzo. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Fox. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. They shoot again. And it's Banchero missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
And Miami has possession. 7-point differential. Loads of expectations come with going #1 overall, Stan. We all know that. Just ask DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's become one of the more underrated players in this league. He was the top pick in 2018. People will always measure him against that standard. But look, he's averaged a double-double every season in the league. It's not easy to be that consistent.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
You challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Back to George. Here he goes. Here's Ayton. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Ayton's got 6.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Poke loose. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Outside, Fox. From the arc, Dante DiVincenzo, and that's good. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo.
First team foul.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Substitution on the court.
Outside, George launches from deep. Miami grabs the miss.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Pass to Hunter. Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Boy, Fox is so quick off the floor.
Holmgren the screen. And here is Ayton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To post. DiVincenzo with it. Defended by George. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Fox. Ball with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
2 minutes.
Banchero with the ball. George picks him up. And Banchero, here we go. And finished off by Banchero.
And that drive gives Banchero all the momentum he needs. And, boy, he turns it into an explosive finish.
Holmgren wide open. No good from outside.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Banchero left side. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
George looking around. Outside Jackson. At the top of the key, Holmgren. On the wing, George. And it's Miami with the rebound. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The deep 3 from George. They can't stop the run with that one.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Another miss by Banchero.
It's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Pass to Ayton. Trying to find ball. He gets it to him. The three from George. And no good that time. Hunter with some nice defense. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Miami ahead as they wrap up the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And that one's good, Ayton's got 10 points.
Well, Ayton is quite literally a house in there.
Outside Fox to the left wing. Post. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Pass to Batum. Holmgren with the steal. All going up court. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Sadiq Bey. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Bey. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Count the basket.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
And Post gets it to go. Post has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, they get 1 to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And here's George. 20 points for him. To the middle. Here's Ayton. It's hauled in by the Heat. And even 3-on-3 break. Batum wide open. He fired. No good on the triple.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
George double teamed. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Holmgren's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Fox. And there's the drive. Six to shoot. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
There's the screen. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
And coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Outside, Fox. Stolen by Ball. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Ball. Misses the three. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So both teams making some changes here. The Heat trail by 6. Van Carroll looking around. Curry wide open. Miami no good on that time either. Here's Walker. And Walker throws it down hard.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those pucks over here.
To the paint. Outside for Curry. Stolen by Ball. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
Van Carroll with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Van Carroll, that's good. Van Carroll's got 6.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Back to George. Good. George has got 25 points in the game.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Takes a 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. To the inside. Trent. Kicks it out to Van Carroll. Here's Curry with the 3. It's rebounded by Najee. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And George drops them both. 7 seconds left to play in the third. Curry from deep three-point land. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Leading by 10.
41.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And it's the Heat with the ball, trailing by 10. Fox deciding where to go with it. Here's Post. A three-pointer off the mark. On the wing, George. Tipped away. Fox with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Fox has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Miami. And Ball gets double teamed. Left side, George. Jackson down low. Fires for 3. George, no good.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And Fox gets it to go.
I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
Got a piece of it. And Fox with a clear path to the basket. Plays it in off the breakaway. Fox has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Such opportunistic basketball right there, and that's what they desperately needed.
Well, this is what they want from Ayton. Play big.
The Heat trail by 6. Outside for Batum. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
Yeah, look, they've shown great resolve to work their way back into this one, but they're not done yet. They're going to have to grind it out.
Here's Fox. Excellent D there from Ball.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there, George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. Now, he talked about keeping confidence. He said this game is close, but we know we're the better team. Now it's time to go out there and prove it. See if they can come back in this one, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Ayton up top. Wide open.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Fox goes in. And the rejection by Holmgren.
An outstanding shot blocker. It's not just about Holmgren's win. It's about his positioning as well.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And so Fox will bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 5-point game. Pass to DiVincenzo. Offline with his three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. Back to George. And he banks in the layup. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And we know George can score from all three levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Fox with it. Pass to DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Moving the ball around. Now Hunter. Here's Banchero. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now, here's George. Yep, it counts. George has got 33.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Pass to Bay. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
And George, such a confident player. He's also terrific at recognizing when he's in his zone.
Outside Batum. Here's Topic. His three-pointers off the mark. And Paul George again. George has got 37.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Pass to Topic. Batum with the three. Ball with the rebound.
How are figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Outside Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
The ball goes to Miami. Into the lineup for the Heat, Clint Capella, Seth Curry.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. A confident win in one.